Well, they are your local experts in home improvement, and at Tundraland, they can help you improve your outdoor living space with decks. Hey, those 80s aren't over yet, as we're hearing.
Yeah, Paul is here to help us enjoy the weather while it lasts in Wisconsin.
Yes.
What are the most common problems people have with their decks that make them decide to have you guys come out?
Yeah, it's mostly the people with the old wood decks, right? Like you probably have your neighbor, and I know this is a ways off, but pretty soon it'll be spring again. And then somebody's sitting outside with a can of paint, and they're painting the whole deck over, they're restaining it. And then, you know, there was also a period where they have like these cap boards that look really beautiful, but they crack. And so most of the maintenance we see, it's either wood problems where people are sick of staining it, they're sick of painting it, sick of the screws popping up and hurting themselves and cutting themselves, or they went with like a cap board that it splits over time. And it's like, well, I need to replace it, but when I do, the rest of my deck is faded, so it doesn't match, so do I replace the whole thing? It's just a host of problems.
So what does Tundraland do differently when it comes to building decks?
Yeah, so what we do is we actually use a product that's made right down the road here on Broadway Street in Green Bay. And what they use is it's a composite deck board, but when you hear composite deck board, most people think it's like some sort of wood product. And they actually use rice hulls instead of wood that are, you know, from rice paddies because they're waterproof. And so the water can't penetrate that board and crack it, like I said earlier. So, you know, you work with Tundraland, we put in a board, it's made right here locally in Green Bay. It can't fade or stain permanently. You can actually repair the deck when that happens. And we use something called a diamond pier, and what that is rather than using the big concrete piers, it's a new technology where we don't have to tear up your yard with skid steers and things like that. So. You know, you can have a beautiful deck and not have your house look like a construction site zone for 3-4 weeks in the middle of summer. The building season's only so long in Wisconsin sometimes, right?
Well, speaking of, is it too late to get a deck?
No, it's never too late. Because of that pure technology system, we can actually install all the way through the winter. So our guys, they have a couple different things they can do. They use that pure system, and then if the ground freezes, we actually have something we do with charcoal in ways that we can actually thaw out the ground so we can install year-round. It's, you know, right now we can usually get a deck done in 3 to 4 days. If your deck's being installed in mid-December, it might take 4 to 5 days. So sometimes it adds a day on, but we do build decks year-round. So if you are thinking, hey, it's Packer season, next Packer season I want to have a deck, or I missed a whole summer of entertaining guests and you're a grill master, it's not too late. You can have it installed still this year and enjoy it through the winter and obviously all next year.
Okay, let's talk about your specials, because it involves something we like to do on our decks, which is grill.
Yes. So, you know, of course we always have an aggressive promotion of half-off installation, but if you call in right now, say you saw us on Local 5 Live, we will give you a free gas grill with any deck purchase. So, like I said, if you're the grill master, not only will you have a nice, beautiful new deck to do it on, might as well have a nice new grill to grill on, too.
And no means yes, right? No,
yes.
no.
Yeah, no interest, no payments for 12 months. So it can also make it very affordable. We know sometimes incomes are flexible, so why not get your deck now and pay for it later? That's what people love to do.
800-TUNDRALAND or tundraland.com.
Thanks, Paul.